It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're going to be breaking down the salary cap and multiplayer modes in NBA 2K24 MyTeam, or coming to MyTeam. So specifically breaking down this basic paragraph, what this, and it's a long paragraph, and what this ultimately means for online players. So let's say you played the draft mode. Let's say your favorite mode was MyTeam Limited, or let's say you are a big-time MyTeam Unlimited sweat. What does this mean to you? We're going to be talking about this in general. Now, for those of you who have never played the salary cap, it has been in MyTeam before. Now, I don't know how this is exactly going to work. They basically said they'd adjust how much players cost based on how many people use them, stuff like that, which I don't know if I necessarily love, but again, it's going to be very interesting in general. For the first time, new gen players on PlayStation 5 and Xbox will be able to compete against each other or team up in triple threat co-op. I think that's like the biggest blessing, is the fact that, like, no matter whether your friends are on PlayStation or Xbox, like, you can play together. Crossplay not only means you can play with or against one or more of your friends, but also shorter queues and matchmaking times across all MyTeam multiplayer modes. Now, why is that a big deal? Well, because skill-based matchmaking was introduced last year, or maybe even the year before, but whatever. Last year especially, like, you're searching for matches forever. Like, I'm actually in the middle of recording my Nobody Spent right now, but like, as I search for matches, which takes 5 to 10 minutes usually, like, I have nothing to do. And imagine like a person that just has like 30 to an hour, like they have a busy work life, they have kids, they have all this stuff, and they're trying to take a little bit of time out of their night, out of their day to play the game, and you can't find a game. Like, that's sad. So hopefully that is fixed moving into next year. It says this includes salary cap. The new multiplayer mode coming to MyTeam in NBA 2K24. This type of mode does have a history in MyTeam, like I said, and this new iteration takes some of the best parts of that previous version and combines them with the latest unlimited format for an all-new experience. Here's what I like, okay? Each season, salary cap will be split into 3 2-week rounds. Each round comes with its own leaderboard. That's kind of cool. Salary limit for lineups and rewards. In season 1, each round will have its own Ruby player reward card, and if you earn all 3 in season 1, you will receive AME Victor Oladipo. Now, here's why I like it, okay? And I'll explain why I like the Brandon Roy a little bit as well. So, it's not just, okay, you have one reward all season long. It's broken up into smaller, shorter time spans, which, again, I think is important. Let's say Victor Oladipo is pretty, like, let's say a top 5 point guard, but not like a must-have. Well, then you might not want to spend all your time grinding it and only grind for the good rubies that you want. For me, I obviously want to get everything done, so I'll probably grind it all out, but I personally like it. Think about it like this, okay? 3 2-week limiteds is kind of the way I'd phrase it, right? Instead of having one 6-week long grind with a not good reward, you have a new Ruby reward each time, and they'll probably get better as the season goes on. It also says, while the lineup salary limit remains constant for the 2-week round, the individual salaries of players will fluctuate multiple times each week. Based on the individual's card usage, a player's salary may go up or down. This is what I'm saying. So let's say like the Ruby Giannis. He might be crazy expensive. Wembanyama, who probably will be a gold, I think. He is going to be crazy expensive as well because a lot of people will be using him. It's kind of hard to run budget cards in this mode because of that. The previous iteration of this mode was geared towards newly released player cards being the cheapest available cards. This has been tuned differently in 2K24, and the salaries will continue to be tuned as needed to ensure that building an effective salary cap lineup takes skill and is rewarding. So, I mean, I like it. It's going to be, like, everybody's going to have basically a different team probably, and I think that will be good. Salary cap games will be played in a brand new format, never before seen in 2K. I also really like this as well. Utilizing a 2-half game setup, you will compete in the first half in regular 6-minute period, trying to build the biggest lead you can. At halftime, the game changes to a fixed score ending similar to how the recent All-Star games end. 24 points is added to the leading score at half, and the first team to reach the target score gets to win. So basically, I think 3-minute quarters is the way I'm seeing this. So let's say at the end of the 6-minute half, I'm up 32 to 29. Well, then the end score will be 32 plus 24 will be 56, and we'll go from there. I personally really like the 24 points. Because let's say you're absolutely flooding somebody and they don't quit. You no longer just have to hold the ball. You now get to actually go towards that score, and I think that will be very fun. This format has brought some of the most competitive games yet during playtesting this summer, where the second half runs and multiple defensive stops have all the focus, rather than trying to run out the clock. Every game ends with excitement. With these shorter games, you can earn round points, rise up the tiers, and get more rewards. This paragraph is the best, maybe best paragraph in the whole blog. I like it. I really do. With salary cap joining Unlimited in MyTeam, it is worth noting that 2 full lineup multiplayer modes from last year, Draft and Limited, are now being retired and will not be returning this year. These mode strategies and lineup building and rewarding with mini games will be used in new and different ways in salary cap, Unlimited, and other modes. Now, in my opinion, Draft was a mode in which a lot of new people playing the game would just play, because a lot of people didn't have necessarily a team, and so they'd come into MyTeam and play the draft mode. Now, did I love draft? Was it rewarding? No. Okay, there was a time, I think it was early on in 21, is that when the draft came out? Maybe, when like Pete Dime and Glenn Robinson was in there, and you'd make a decent amount of MT. Like, it was somewhat rewarding back then, but obviously that was a while ago, and since then the draft has been basically not good. Limited, I never really loved Limited. Again, there was a lot of RNG with the draft and Limited, and it sounds like with the salary cap, it won't be as much of that. And again, I feel like with the salary cap mode, that's going to be a lot of like the Limited and draft players, right? It's not going to be nearly as sweaty as MyTeam Unlimited. And again, you still have, triple threat online. You still have clutch time online. For me, draft and Limited, I hardly touched them. So it can only get better in my opinion. Like that's just me personally thinking about it. Like those modes were modes I personally never played. I know some people did. But again, I think it could only be a positive. One of those experiences that was ready for, oh, did I finish this paragraph? Yeah, I did, okay. One of those experiences that was ready for an update was earning a championship ring each week. In previous years, you played the door game to seek out the ring, but in 2K24, rings will be available in championship weekends in Unlimited. No opening doors for rings here. Put your best lineup to the test each weekend as you compete against the MyTeam community to get 4 wins in 7 games. Plus, on New Gen, you will see your MyTeam lineup celebrate winning the championship after getting the 4th win. By the way, while there will be a ring available each weekend with rewards and lifetime rewards for getting multiple rings, missing a ring will not ruin your chance of getting seasonal or other reward. My question is this, okay? I hope everybody only has 7 games to do this. So it's not, oh, well, I'm 0-3, I can restart. No, hope everybody has 7 games to do this. And I hope the rewards, the prizes are decent. That's my opinion on this. If you're going to introduce something like this, the rewards need to be decent. It needs to be an incentive for people to do this. Otherwise, nobody's going to do it. It's that simple, because it's going to be somewhat sweaty. And if the rewards are not good, nobody is going to do it. Also, salary cap and Unlimited will both provide a competitive experience for anybody looking for a challenge in multiplayer. Triple threat online, clutch time online, and triple threat online co-op also returning, with MyTeam points earnings being more important, as well as earning rounded season points in salary cap and Unlimited. Players who decide to quit in games can find themselves temporarily restricted from multiplayer modes after multiple quits. It's too much online while playing multiplayer, and early quits only hurt the experience of MyTeam. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Your days of getting quits are gone, okay? They're gone, because now you're going to literally get banned for quitting a game. I don't like this at all, especially, the reasoning saying there's too much on the line when there's not too much on the line. It's this simple, okay? It's this simple. This is their way of stopping the MT farming that went on like crazy this year. It's that simple. It's that easy. So, if you quit the game, boom. That is what's going to happen. Also, speaking of improving the experience online, sometimes your opponent can be a bit too creative. So basically, you can turn off their custom courts, which I personally do like, because I'm tired, again, of playing Kool-Aid's court. It says co-op and looking for a group. So basically now, this paragraph just talks about if you want to play triple threat online co-op, you can basically squad fill it and then select your player, which is really solid. And this just talks about the clutch time arena, which sure, it looks cool, but nothing really there. The main update here is to salary cap in MyTeam. Again, I didn't really play draft or limited too much, so for me, I think this is going to be a massive improvement for the MyTeam community. Also, with this, I do want to say, guys, like the 2-week or the 2-week mini seasons with this can only be a massive W as well. So let's say you get it, your Rui player pretty quickly. just know 2 weeks, 14 days later, you're going to have another salary cap to grind. And that's just one of the many modes that is in MyTeam in general. So, I don't know. I'm pretty excited about the salary cap mode, as well as, Triple Threat Online co-op being better, as well as Unlimited being solid. I just think, in general, we're going to have a lot more fun in multiplayer modes outside of people are not going to quit, which, again, who really knows how that is ultimately going to work. That's gonna wrap it up for our salary cap mode video, guys. I need to know your guys' thoughts on it down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.